Hey there, Xander here with EventMB, and in this video, I'm talking about my 9 tips for running a smooth event. Welcome to the Event Manager blog video series. This video is brought to you by EventMB, the #1 blog for event professionals. I absolutely love working on-site at events. After all of the grueling hours and paperwork and schedules and negotiations that we go through in the planning process, there's nothing more fulfilling than getting on site and seeing your event come to life from the ground up. So I threw together some of my top tips that I could share with you in this video, 9 tips on running a smooth event. The first is to be the first to arrive. Except for your venue manager, who you probably are meeting outside of the door with their keys in the morning, you need to be the first person on site at your event so that you can serve as the gatekeeper. You are bringing all of the different elements together at this event, which means you need to be there to be able to communicate where people need to go, where resources need to be placed, and any other minutia that happens while they're on site to make sure that your load-in is flawless. Which also means that you need to strangle your load-in schedule. If a delivery shows up an hour late, that could completely derail your entire process. So you need to know your load-in schedule backwards and forwards and be on top of any service provider that doesn't show up when they're scheduled to. Work smart, not hard. We've all heard it before, but the way that I like to think about it is to think every process through in the next 5 steps. What are the next 5 steps we're gonna have to tackle before we get to that end goal? And find a way to make steps 1 through 4 as easy as possible. Trim them down, streamline those processes, make sure that they are simple so that once you get to the last step, you've thought through the most efficient process possible. Always carry pants. My friend Gary told me that his old boss at a department store would tell him to always carry pants. What that meant was always have something in your hands so it looks like you're doing something. And for event professionals, it works so well. If you're carrying around a clipboard or even a glass of water with a determined look on your face and a dedicated move forward towards that crowd, they're going to separate for you, no question. The next couple are going to be reflecting on feedback that your attendees might have to share with you. So the next item is going to be listen. Sometimes your attendees don't want any sort of explanation, don't want to hear from you, they just want to talk at you. They want to complain, they want to make sure that their concerns are being addressed, or they just like to chat. Now, in this time that you're using to listen, you should be able to prioritize where their specific needs fit within the needs of the event as a whole to figure out whether or not you're going to actually be able to do anything to help them. And here, we should note that not every concern is critical. You're going to hear a lot of feedback from your attendees who are going to give you pointers on XYZ, or everyone's going to have a comment about everything. But not everything that they're going to complain about is something that you can solve. Sometimes they don't like the venue. Well, that's not something we're going to fix on the day of. So be sure to prioritize, like I said, what those concerns are when they come in and figure out if any of them are things that you just have no ability to respond to, and let it fall off your plate. And finally, the response to any question that any attendee has for you or any comment that they make is to just say yes. Someone comes up and says that it's too cold in the room. Yes, of course, we definitely understand. Working on it right now, engineers turning the temperature down. Even though sometimes it's not gonna help for another hour or so. No need for explanations, no need to go into details. Just smile, say yes, and let them know that their concern is acknowledged and you're taking care of it. The next is to have support. This is something that I never did. When I got started out, I used to run conferences, single person, solo man operations, from registration to AV production to getting everybody on buses and shipped out to a reception venue offsite that I checked in with. So now I realize how bad of an idea that is. We're so much better at producing events when we have a team of skilled professionals bringing together all of the elements with one person kind of serving as that ringleader. Bring on staff to manage registration, to have bus captains, to have people at your restaurants before your attendees arrive, making sure that everything is arranged. And you're gonna have a much smoother process when you're on site. And finally, eat, drink, sit, and breathe. Event planners suck at personal wellness. We are really bad at recognizing that, yes, we have a lot of work to do, we have to get it done, we work ourselves to the bone, but we're not drinking, we're not eating, we're not sleeping. Set something on your phone that says, eat every 4 hours, have a snack, take a break, breathe. You're gonna do no good for your event if you're passed out in a corner, so rest, take care of yourself. So as we wrap up here, being on site can be pretty stressful, but it is also one of the best parts of planning events. It's that glamour that everybody is talking about, so it must be the best part, right? Well, if you follow these couple of tips that I have to share for you, you're going to see your events running smoothly on site and you are going to be set up for success. What are some of the things that you do on site at your events to make sure that they run smoothly? Let us know by leaving a comment below. Thanks for tuning into this video, 9 tips for running a smooth event. If you liked the video, remember to check out our YouTube channel and give us a like on Facebook. This video is brought to you by EventMB, the #1 blog for event professionals. Thanks for tuning in.